I'm going to call this video Removing the Veil or Uncasing the Sausage. I felt the need to respond to what has transpired with Senator Ted Cruz and calling Mitch McConnell a liar, because it goes much deeper than that. For those that are unaware, Ted Cruz took to the floor of the Senate and broke decorum and called Mitch McConnell a liar. Now, they have rules against that, and it's not the way business gets done on the Senate floor. But his only crime is speaking the truth. Mitch McConnell called a meeting, for those that aren't aware, and told the senators, we're going to push through TPA, which is the fast track for the Trans-Pacific Partnership Alliance. We're going to give the worst president in the world for negotiating a fast track to negotiate one of the biggest deals ever. That doesn't make sense. Well, in that meeting, Ted Cruz stepped up and said, are there any backroom deals? And this doughboy-looking senator, who looks like a nice guy, but he's every bit as criminal as this guy, said, no, there's no backroom deal. And Cruz reportedly went on and said, no, you don't understand. The Import-Export Bank is this part of the agreement. Ted Cruz apparently caught wind that there was some backroom deal between the president and Mitch McConnell. And Senator McConnell said, no, any senator can bring up this Import-Export Bank, and we'll treat it as any other amendments to legislation. Well, that was a lie. The reason is the Import-Export Bank, you got to understand what that is. That is the Congressional Slush Fund. That is a bank that is doled out by the party in power, which right now is Mitch McConnell, and it gives you tremendous leverage against people. It gives you the chance to open up the spigots and receive all the crooked money that flows into Washington. Well, he wants that because he wants his party to consolidate power, and people like Ted Cruz and Mike Lee, they want to cut it off because we lost our power, and I say we. I'm currently in the process of leaving the Republican Party. During K Street, the Republicans got caught. I think it was Tom DeLay ran K Street like a huge slush fund. K Street never went away. It's just moved on to a different location. The money still flows from the bankers to the crooked politicians. But in this case here, the bank refunding this crooked organization was one of something Ted Cruz promised that he was going to put an end to. And so that was important to him. You see, Ted Cruz felt that voting for trade deals is okay because he believes in trade deals. The problem is he doesn't believe in the Import-Export Bank. He believes, like most citizens, that it just leads to corruption. Let's give you an example. Let's make up a name of a company. Let's say Solyndra. Any bank that would do business with a company like Solyndra had to be crazy. The question would be, how long you guys been in the solar panel business? Oh, ever since I bundled money for Barack Obama. They would get money loaned to them, but only if they put up 3/4 of the money, because anybody who could read that business plan would know it's a failure. But these banks like Import-Export Bank love to lend money because they're not responsible to shareholders, to an owner. It's the taxpayers. These people in Washington have come to the belief that they can do whatever they want and spend as much money as they need to because the American public is asleep. And they're right. The majority of our voters aren't following things. But in this one scenario, Ted Cruz went to the floor and said he lied. And it's important that we know this, because if we continue to put the R in office and then get mad and put the D in office, all we're doing, they're the same people taking the same money from the same power brokers. We need to change things up. We need a third party. We need the Tea Party. We need people like Ted Cruz and Mike Lee to come in here and clean this town up. Having an import-export bank may consolidate your power. You may be able to throw money and influence around, but that doesn't do anything good for the American people. It just leads to $18 trillion in debt. So for those of you Democrats, I'm considering leaving the Republican Party. I hope you're considering leaving the Democratic Party, because when Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid were in power, they did just as many crooked things. We need to get rid of these bums, and we need a set of politicians who are there working on our behalf, who are trying to get jobs for America and improve economies, and not making sure they get reelected.